Yes, the towering figure of Gandalf looking out over Courtenay Place here in Wellington this morning. Gandalf, one of the figures central to The Hobbit and also to the entire trilogy of The Lord of the Rings. Now, when that movie trilogy hit our screens 11 years ago, it was a phenomenon. 17 Oscars in all. The question now, of course, is whether The Hobbit can follow suit. Well, the critics have their pencils sharpened. Let's take a sneak preview of what they're going to see tonight at the premiere.
Dear Frodo, you asked me once if I had told you everything there was to know about my adventures. While I can honestly say I have told you the truth, I may not have told you all of it.
Bilbo Baggins. I'm looking for someone to share in an adventure.
I can't just go running off into the blue. I am a Baggins. Wait! Of Bag End.
Bilbo, allow me to introduce Fili, Kili, Oin, Loin, Darlin, Balin, Biffer, Boffer, Bomber, Nori, Ori, and the leader of our company, Thorin Oakenshield.
Far over the misty mountains cold, to dungeons deep and caverns old, the pines were roaring on the height, the winds were moaning in the night, the fire was red, it flaming spread, the trees like torches blazed with light.
I cannot guarantee his safety.
Understood.
Nor will I be responsible for his fate.
You have a tale or two to tell when you come back?
Can you promise that I will come back?
No. And if you do, you will not be the same.
My name is Bilbo Baggins.
Bagginses. What is that? Bagginses. Precious.
Well, all will be revealed later today. Whether it's Oscar-winning material, well, that was something we'll obviously find out later on down the line. But one thing we do know is it's cost an awful lot of money to make. Let's have a look at some of the numbers. The budget of this first of the Lord of the Rings film and the second in the trilogy comes in at $600 million. Remember, there's another movie to come after that. The government has put in a subsidy of around $91 million for those first two films. But the big number, what the Lord of the Rings trilogy made us, a cool $7 billion it's been estimated at an economic benefit for all of us. Some more numbers about today's premiere. 100,000 people are expected here in Courtenay Place this afternoon. The Wellington City Council has spent $1.1 million on this event. And among those expected on the red carpet tonight, well, the lead character, Bilbo Baggins, that's Martin Freeman. Elijah Wood is expected here, Kate Blanchett and Barry Humphries, amongst many, many others, including, of course, Peter Jackson himself. Now, the question I've had is, and I'll pick up okay, I'm a bit of a J.R. Tolkien fan, and I've got my box set out of the library at home, the bookshelf. These books each represent one of the Lord of the Rings movies. They're big, they're fat, and you can see how you could get a film out of each of them. This is the entirety of The Hobbit, and yet they're making 3 films out of it. I'm intrigued to know how they're going to work it. I have huge faith that, given Peter Jackson and Richard Taylor's track record and everyone else who's been involved, it will be an enormous success. Of course, that's something which we'll find out a wee bit later. This morning, it's all about Courtenay Place and Wellington. There are hundreds of fans already here on the red carpet, lined up in sleeping bags. They've been here all night. We're going to have a wee bit of a chat with them later on today as we go along the morning. And of course, wherever you look in Wellington, there's a mixture of people going around their business, on their way to work, maybe going for a quiet jog, and then suddenly a couple of hobbits will skip past, or some people blanketed in costume will sort of shuffle past. It's a very bizarre place and all. But there you go. We're going to have a lot of fun this morning, and it is, of course, a huge day for all all in Wellington, New Zealand, and the movie world in general. A lot of the big moguls are also in Wellington for tonight's premiere.